first exercise, we're going to foam roll the biceps femoris, especially the short head of it. Focus on that feet turning out. It's usually overactive, so we're going to try to get a release there. What you're going to do is you're going to take a foam roller, you're going to put it on the desired leg. You're going to seek out the outside of that hamstring, really focusing on the lateral portion, distally. So if you find that spot, it's pretty tender, you're going to stop directly over it. You can adjust the pressure based off your hand position, lifting your butt either up off the ground, put it back down. If I need more pressure, I can put this leg on top of it and pin it down. So you're going to hold that for about 30 seconds. You get a release. 30 seconds, you're going to move to the next muscle, which we're going to work on the TFL, the tensor fascial lata, on this individual. So we're going to take the foam roller, we're laying the lateral portion of the thigh, and come up with a proximal section kind of just below the hip and the ASIS. So you're going to seek out that tender spot. And when you find the same thing, you're going to sit on that for about 30 seconds. Waiting for that release. If you need more pressure, you can either take your hands off, lift your leg up, put your leg on this leg. If you need some pressure take it off, put it back. Stop. Lengthening exercise we're going to use, we're going to stretch the soleus. So for that, you're going to get in position, staggered stance on the wall. You're going to put the desired leg back, and then you're going to take that leg, and you're going to slightly bend the knee to target that soleus and kind of take the gastroc out of the equation, because the gastroc stretches when the knee straightened. So you're going to slight bend in that knee, and then you're just going to lean forward. So if you feel that stretch kind of mid to distal calf, making sure to keep that heel flat on the ground. You're going to hold that for about 30 seconds. And then obviously you would do both legs if needed, if they're both turning out. And then for the next stretch, we're going to stretch the TFL. Again, that staggered stance again. Whichever is TFL, you're going to stretch the legs and be in the back. I'm going to take that leg, I'm going to slightly externally rotate it. And then you're going to take the arm straight overhead, get a slight bend in this knee, the opposite on here. And then you're going to stretch, rotate the leg. Same thing, hold that for about 30 seconds. Hoping to feel a stretch through here. Make sure you're keeping that knee rotated out. Okay, so for the first activation exercise, we're going to use this cable gluteus maximus activation. You want to make sure to elevate them slightly off the ground. We're using a couple-inch box. And then you're going to secure a strap securely just above the ankle. And then you can adjust the weight stack according to what their gluteus strength is to start. What you're going to do during this is you're just trying to force them into activating that muscle through extension. So you're going to have them start by extending their leg, keeping their leg as straight as they can. So just kicking their leg straight back, coming straight back down. Really focus on keeping that knee locked out and getting back to as much extension as you can. And what you want to do during this with any activation exercise is make sure they're focusing on 2-second concentric contraction, 2 seconds isometrically at full extension, right there, and then 4 seconds controlling it slowly eccentrically back down. It's really important to make sure they're slowly controlling it back down, working that muscle in all 3 phases. So for this, you do anywhere between 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. You could go up to 15 if you wanted. And then this is not an exercise you really want to do every day, just because it's going to cause some muscle soreness and fatigue. Okay, you can stop, Kinsey. So now we're going to go do a gluteus medius exercise now to activate the gluteus medius, which is commonly underactive as well when the feet turn out. So we're going to have them keep that same cable on, and then they're going to keep the same placement. You're going to slightly stagger the legs. You want to make sure that hip is coming slightly into adduction to start with a little bit of internal rotation. And then they're just going to slowly bring it all the way out into abduction, slight external rotation, controlling it back down into adduction with that internal rotation. And they're just going to keep going for the desired amount of reps. Really focusing on that. Still 2 seconds concentrically, 2 seconds isometrically, and then 4 eccentrically back down. You'll see she's doing a good job of keeping her knee straight, really forcing that the gluteus medius on the outside of the butt to work during this. All right, let's do one more. All right, stop. So for our integration exercise we're going to demonstrate is going to be a lunge to balance. It's a progression from your typical standing balance and reach that we've used before. For this, all you're going to do is have them lunge, and then you're going to really focus on that balancing position up top, at the top of the lunge. So it's going to be a slow, controlled tempo. You're going to have them lunge down. They can put their hands on their hips if they want for stability. They're going to lunge, come down, and really focus on balancing up top. Hold that for a few seconds. Come down, lunge, come up, hold that balance position, right down. You can't really have them focus on keeping that toe in line, keeping that arch. Back down. Line it up. Hold it balance to the top, really focus on that good foot position still. And come back down. You can have them do that for about 10 to 12 reps. And then again, another one of those exercises you don't want to do every day to start, just because of the muscle soreness and the amount of stress they can put on the body. But you can eventually build up to 5 days a week if you wanted, but we'll do about 3 days for that exercise.